Our Jessica Alpern has been following every step of this process when it comes to reopening our state. She's breaking down what it means for you.
Well, there's a lot to break down when it comes to what this new order entails. But because so many are hurting during the unemployment crisis, let's start with what this changes for businesses. Effective Monday for all Florida counties except Miami-Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach, here is what Phase 1 changes. Restaurants can reopen indoor and outdoor seating so long as there's appropriate social distancing. Indoor seating will be limited to 25% capacity. Retail stores, museums, and libraries may also open at 25%, again, so long as CDC guidelines are followed. Museum and library reopenings will vary depending on local government, but regardless, all interactive functions like play areas must remain closed. The executive order does not change anything when it comes to bars, pubs, nightclubs, gyms, and movie theaters. Those remain closed. The governor says he's also waiting to see how salons and barbershops in other states work out the challenges of social distancing. Switching gears to medical procedures, this is something many of you were desperately hoping for. Phase 1 will allow elective surgeries to resume. Of course, that's just the start of what this executive order entails. During that news conference, the governor became noticeably choked up while acknowledging the toll isolation has had on Floridians, saying that includes his own family, who hasn't even been able to meet his newborn baby because of the pandemic.
Since she was born and just in the last couple of weeks, it's occurred to me, none of my family has seen her. She's not been held by a single person in any of our families. If there was some magic thing I could flip the switch and say everything's fine, I would do it, trust me. It just doesn't work that way, but we need to get there. And I'd like to be able to get in a situation where her grandparents can come see her.
And as you heard DeSantis mention, reopening Florida is not as simple as flipping a switch. He says there will be a total of 3 phases to doing so. We still have much more to cover, including how Phase 1 impacts senior living communities and the new promise testing could bring to those hoping to visit their loved ones. I'll have that and more for you coming up in our next half hour. Jessica Alpern, Fox 4, in your corner.
All right, thanks, Jessica. And we do want to hear from you this morning. We have a poll up from Jessica on our Fox 4 Facebook page to see what you think about the plan to reopen our state starting this Monday. So more than 1,300 people have logged in and responded so far. Half of you are saying it is not too early to reopen the state. One woman named Lisa says, in part, it's time to open up our economy before we have irrevocable damage. Those that are sick or high risk could continue the precautions. And Greg says we've not been adversely affected to the point where we cannot start reopening. If everyone uses a little common sense, it will be fine. And you can still join the conversation as well. Again, this is on the Fox 4 Facebook page. You can vote, and we'd also like you to comment with your thoughts on the state reopening on Monday.